The weight of dreams. The wake-up call. Maya sat at her small kitchen table, the glow of her laptop screen casting shadows across her cluttered apartment. The spreadsheet in front of her was a mess of red numbers, bills, credit card balances, and a student loan that seemed to grow rather than shrink. At 28, she was a graphic designer at a mid-sized marketing firm in Chicago, earning a decent salary of $52,000 a year. But somehow, her bank account was always teetering on empty. Her phone buzzed with a notification: payment due, $325, Capital One credit card. She sighed, rubbing her temples. Last night's takeout order and the new shoes she'd bought on impulse weren't helping. How did I get here? She muttered, staring at the $1,200 in her checking account, with rent due in a week. Maya's parents had taught her to work hard, but money? That was a topic they'd skirted. Her mother would say, "Don't worry about money, just focus on your career." But now, with her 30th birthday looming, Maya felt the weight of her financial ignorance. She wasn't poor, but she wasn't free either. Every paycheck seemed to vanish, leaving her tethered to a cycle of stress and scrambling. The breaking point came when her best friend, Priya, called to invite her to a destination wedding in Tulum. "It's going to be amazing, Maya. Beach, sun, and tacos." Priya's voice was bright, but Maya's heart sank. She couldn't afford the flight, let alone the hotel or the gift. "I'll let you know," she mumbled, hanging up. That night, Maya couldn't sleep. She lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, her mind racing. "I'm almost 30, and I can't even go to my best friend's wedding. What am I doing wrong?" Determined to change, she opened her laptop and typed, "How to get better with money." The first step: the internet was a rabbit hole of advice, budgeting apps, investment tips, and horror stories of debt. Overwhelmed, Maya stumbled across a blog by a financial coach named Elena Torres, whose tagline read, "Money isn't about restriction, it's about freedom." Intrigued, Maya signed up for a free webinar Elena was hosting that weekend. On Saturday morning, Maya joined the Zoom call, feeling out of place among the 50 other participants. Elena, a warm but no-nonsense woman in her 40s, started with a question: "What's your why? Why do you want to take control of your finances?" Maya hadn't thought about it that way. She typed in the chat, "I want to stop feeling trapped." Elena read her response aloud and nodded. "That's powerful, Maya. Feeling trapped means your money isn't serving you, it's controlling you. Let's change that." Elena introduced the concept of a 50/30/20 budget: 50% of income for needs, rent, utilities, groceries, 30% for wants, dining out, entertainment, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. Maya scribbled notes furiously. Her current spending was more like 70% needs, 40% wants, and minus 10% savings. No wonder she was broke. After the webinar, Maya downloaded a budgeting app called YNAB, You Need a Budget, and linked her accounts. Seeing her spending laid bare was a gut punch: $200 on coffee shops, $150 on clothes, and $400 on miscellaneous stuff last month. She had no savings, and her credit card balance was $4,500 at a 22% interest rate. Elena's voice echoed in her mind: "Start small, but start now." Maya decided to try the 50/30/20 rule. Her take-home pay after taxes was about $3,200 a month. That meant needs: 50% $1,600 for rent, $1,100, utilities, $150, groceries, $300, and transportation, $50. Wants: 30% $960 for dining out, entertainment, and hobbies. Savings/debt: 20% $640 for her credit card and an emergency fund. The math didn't lie, but it felt impossible. Her wants category was already overspent, and $640 seemed like a drop in the bucket for her debt. Still, Maya committed to trying for 1 month. The budget experiment the first week was brutal. Maya caught herself reaching for her credit card at a boutique, then stopped. She unsubscribed from marketing emails that tempted her to shop and cook dinner instead of ordering takeout. By Friday, she'd saved $50 by bringing lunch to work. It wasn't much, but it felt like a win. At the end of the month, Maya reviewed her budget. She'd stuck to the $960 wants limit, barely, and put $640 toward her credit card, reducing the balance to $4,100. She also opened a high-yield savings account with Ally Bank, depositing $100 as the start of her emergency fund. The app showed her net worth, a depressing $3,800, including her student loan. But for the first time, she felt in control. Priya called again about the wedding. Maya, you're coming, right? Maya hesitated, then said, I'm working on my finances, Pri. I might not make it, but I'll send a gift. Priya was quiet for a moment. I'm proud of you, she said. Do what's best for you. The debt dragon. Maya's credit card debt felt like a dragon she had to slay. She researched strategies and learned about the debt avalanche method, paying off the highest interest debt first while making minimum payments on others. Her credit card's 22% interest was eating her alive, so she focused there. She called her credit card company and negotiated a lower interest rate, dropping it to 18%. It wasn't much, but it saved her $20 a month. She also picked up a side hustle, freelance graphic design on Upwork, earning an extra $300 a month. Every penny went to the credit card. By month 6, her balance was down to $2,000. She celebrated by treating herself to a $10 coffee, then cringed at the expense. Old habits die hard, she thought. But the progress was undeniable. Her emergency fund had grown to $1,000, enough for a small safety net. Chapter 5, The Power of Investing. One evening, Maya attended a local financial literacy workshop hosted by Elena. The topic was investing, something Maya had always dismissed as for rich people. Elena debunked the myth: investing isn't about being rich, it's about making your money work for you. Elena explained compound interest, money earning interest that then earns interest on itself. She showed a chart: $5,000 invested at a 7% annual return could grow to $38,000 in 30 years. Maya was stunned. Even small amounts add up, Elena said. Start with what you have. Maya opened a Roth IRA with Vanguard and invested $100 in a low-cost index fund tracking the S&P 500. She set up automatic contributions of $50 a month. It felt insignificant, but Elena's words stuck: time is your biggest asset. Start early. The unexpected curveball: a year into her financial journey, Maya's car broke down. The repair cost $1,500, more than her emergency fund. Panicked, she considered charging it to her credit card, now down to $500. Instead, she used her savings and negotiated with the mechanic for a payment plan on the rest. The setback hurt, but it taught her the value of an emergency fund. She rebuilt it over the next 6 months, aiming for 3 months' expenses $9,600. She also increased her freelance income to $500 a month, splitting it between savings and debt. The turning point: by her 30th birthday, Maya's financial picture had transformed. Her credit card was paid off, her emergency fund held $5,000, and her Roth IRA had $1,200. Her student loan was down to $15,000, and she was using the debt snowball method, paying off smaller balances for psychological wins to tackle it. She'd also learned to say no to expenses that didn't align with her goals. When Priya planned a group trip to Greece, Maya declined but hosted a budget-friendly game night instead. Her friends loved it, and she realized financial discipline didn't mean sacrificing fun. Chapter 8, The Bigger Picture. Maya's journey wasn't just about numbers, it was about freedom. She started dreaming bigger, buying a home, starting her own design studio, traveling without stress. She read books like The Millionaire Next Door and Your Money or Your Life, which shifted her mindset from scarcity to abundance. She increased her Roth IRA contributions to $200 a month and opened a taxable brokerage account for short-term goals. She learned about diversification, spreading her investments across stocks, bonds, and real estate funds to reduce risk. Her net worth was now positive, $2,500 and growing. Chapter 9, Paying It Forward. 2 years after her wake-up call, Maya ran into Elena at a coffee shop. You changed my life, Maya said, sharing her progress. Elena smiled. You did the work. Now, pay it forward. Maya started a blog, Money Moves with Maya, sharing her story and tips for young professionals. She volunteered at financial literacy workshops, helping others create budgets and set goals. Teaching others reinforced her own habits and gave her purpose. Chapter 10, The Freedom to Choose. 32, Maya's net worth hit $25,000. She'd paid off her student loan and saved enough for a down payment on a condo. Her design studio was thriving, and she'd negotiated a raise at her day job to $65,000. She finally booked a trip to Tulum, not for a wedding, but for herself. Standing on the beach, Maya felt a weight lift. She wasn't rich, but she was free. Free to choose, free to dream, free to live on her terms. Personal finance wasn't just